Hello, we are 고정원, 김진홍, 오창경, 윤태웅, 이재훈, 최재현 of Team 3, who will presentation 30th Street Marriott's building to you. We are going to presentation general information, history of site, history of architect, design development, design construction, and study plan in order today.
These are the details of St. Mary's. The purpose of the building is the office, and Norman Foster designed the building. Also, the building is 180 meters high and has 40 floors. The St. Mary's is distinguished by its unique nickname. It is called the Gherkin Building because it looks like a cucumber used to make pickles. This building is located in the financial district of London, known as the City of London. Originally, there was a shipping industry exchange building called the Baltic Exchange on the site. However, in 1992, the building was destroyed because a bomb was detonated by the Irish Republican Army. As a result, the City of London and UK Heritage Administration tried to restore the destroyed building. But the damage was worse than expected and restoration was stopped. So the site was then sold to Trafalgar House, a British real estate company, and planned to build a new architecture. However, there were problems before new architecture were built on the site. There were planning guidelines and codes for the new building, not to disturb the view of the St. Paul Cathedral Dome near the site, when viewed from several locations. Additionally, there was a requirement to protect the traditional London Street view. They also wanted the image of a strong financial center. At the time, as companies moved to Canary Wharf, which is a new development site, they required that the City of London be able to recapture the image of a strong financial center through the new building. As we mentioned before, the architect who designed the building is Norman Foster, a well-known modernist architect. Foster's design was inspired by Richard Buckminster Fuller, an American designer and engineer who was concerned with conserving the Earth's environment and incorporated environmental movement into his architecture. In 2004, Foster won the historic unanimous Stirling Prize from the Royal Institute of British Architects for the building. To understand his architecture, it is helpful to categorize his design characteristics by era. First, in 1960s, there were early high-tech tendencies. Second, in 1970s, there were the building blocks of skill-based architecture. Third, in 1980s, there were social aspect shapers for public spaces. Fourth, in 1990s, there is shaping the economic side of natural energy efficiency. Fifth, in 2000s, there is establishing an identity for sustainable spatial design.
Let's talk about design development. 40 floors and 180 meters tall, the tower breaks the conventions of a traditional boxy office buildings. Norman Foster says the building's design favors the flow of wind around the facade, reducing pressure on the structure and preventing it from being directed to the ground where it could affect pedestrians. The exterior walls of our buildings with a curved shape and reducing the amount of wind deflected to the street. The circular footprint of the tower is compact, maximizing the public realms at ground level, and these buildings enhance connectivity to nearby streets. A row of stone barriers marks the site boundary and provides seating for pedestrians. Shops are located on the ground floor of the tower and restaurants that offers an outdoor cafe on the square. This building has an energy-efficient design and use only half the power compared to buildings of the same size. How did it reduce energy usage? First, double-glazed curtain wall. Fresh air is thrown out through the spiraling white walls to naturally ventilate the office interiors and minimize reliance on artificial cooling and heating. Next, white wall and building shapes maximize natural light and moderate the use of artificial light.
Let's take a look at the design construction of St. Mary's building. First 333 files was used the foundation of the building, which file was 2.5 feet in diameter and 98 feet in depth, and all the files and caps pour out during the day, considering the site limit at the integral foundation. Two important structural elements in the structural construction part of the St. Mary's building are the diagram of the external structure and the central core of the internal structure. The diagram method is considered the most suitable method for designing high-rise buildings. The exterior structure of this building is made of aluminum-coated tube steel. Diagrams are a combination of diagonal and grid and are triangular beams and supporting elements that effectively distribute load to increase stability. Unlike conventional tube-shaped columns in high-rise buildings, or vertical parameter columns are removed, which can benefit from space utilization, less material, less cost, and less scrap rate. Secondly, the central core of the building comprises conventional steel beam and columns with composite profiled decking floors. The central core is the main structure located in the center of the building, which provides the stability of building and serves to deliver vertical and horizontal loads. With this design and construction approach, the St. Mary's building is considered an innovative architecture that simultaneously pursues stability, eco-friendly, cost-effectiveness, and visual effects.
I will tell you about the study plan that our group has planned. In the first week, we are going to talk about the basic history of building. In the second week, we are going to talk about the architecture method that building have, and in the third week, we are going to talk about the detail of building construction. From week 4 to week 9, we are going to focus a little bit on design. In the presentation for 3 weeks from week 4, we are going to talk about external design, and for 3 weeks from week 7, we are going to talk about internal design. In the 10th week, we will organize all the areas we have investigated so far, conceive the result, and make the final announcement in the last week. Thank you.